Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome to the Kindred Way. Today we're going to be canning blueberry jam. This is 32 ounces of blueberries. They're fresh, so we're going to put them in the pan and we're going to mash them with a potato masher. We just want to break them, we don't want to puree them. So we're going to pour in a little at a time and get that going. Over here I already have my water bath canner heated up. I already have my jars clean, and that'll be our next step. So you kind of want to do your blueberries in one layer so that you can actually get to each of them. And you just want to break them just so that that juice comes out. And they will cook down once you start bringing them to a boil. My brother decided he didn't want to have anything to do with me or the Kindred Way anymore, so keep mashing them. I know metal's touching metal, but it is a potato masher. Oh, you edited it. Can't you take that out?
Hurtful.
Oh, it hurt his feelings.
Oh, cold and orange juice today.
I know, but you're not helping me now, and I'm trying to get this going.
Go home.
I'll
be there in a minute.
He'll be here in a minute. He can edit all this out because he edits my videos. So anyway, we're going to keep going, and I'll show you what this looks like when I'm finished with it. Again, you don't want it pureed, but you want the skin broken. So we're going to keep this going. All right. A little more. And you can do this in a separate bowl or however you want to do it and then put it in the pot, but I don't want to mess up another pot or another anything. So get it going in here. And again, you just want to break the skin. You don't have to worry about it being pulverized. You just want to make sure that that happens. And I love blueberry jam. I mean, I love it more than grape, apple butter, anything. And I don't do jelly because I don't want to waste the time straining it, so I do jam. All right, so you can see how it's starting to, you can see the difference in the color and how they're getting mashed, so we're just going to keep doing that. And then we'll get that done. Okay, so now what we're going to do is put this away. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, a half a teaspoon of butter. So the reason why we're adding the butter is because once your blueberries start to boil, they get foam on them. And it's a lot, the butter doesn't take that completely away, but it's less skimming that you have to do if you put butter in there. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and put in our pectin. Some people don't like pectin, some people want to do it naturally. I like to do it the easy way. So I'm going to pour this in here, and we're going to bring this to a boil, a rolling boil. Okay, mash just a little bit with all this in here, get it stirred, and then you continue stirring. We don't put the sugar in yet. We wait until it's already boiled once with what we already have in here. Put this all away, get my place neat here. Okay. Just gonna keep stirring and turn it up so it can start to boil.
12 seconds later.
It's been a while since I've done this. I took off probably a year doing nothing, no freeze drying, no canning, nothing. But I feel good and I'm glad I'm back. We want this to come to a I'm never gonna say it, rolling boil. What that means is it's going to continue to boil while we stir it. So that's how much boiling it's going to do. And I just keep stirring, make the blueberries break down. This does take a while. My kids love blueberry jam. I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't. And I did buy fresh fruit, blueberries at the grocery store. If you buy them frozen, that's fine. Go ahead and thaw them out and then discard any liquid with it. And then you just start with the directions that I just gave and you're good to go. In my water bath canner, I have already washed my jelly jars, and they're in here. They're warm, but not hot. I don't want to have them break or anything, so. I hope the first part of this video turns out okay, because usually my brother does the filming and editing, but he just got home a little while ago and he's taking a little break and then he's gonna come back and help. Before I add the sugar, I'm gonna show you what it looks like inside this pot, so that you know what the blueberries look like, how much juice is in here, because we didn't add water or anything. This is just from the blueberries themselves. And of course the pectin is, cut that part. I guess you could put blueberries in a processor and just break it down that way, as long as you don't puree it. My brother always tells me to smile. He said I start the video with excitement and then as it goes on I'm like, eh. It is not coming to a rolling boil yet, but I do want to show you what it looks like. So as soon as my brother gets in here, I'll have him bring the camera over. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. I was prepared. I had everything ready. And I would have done this earlier, except that my audio wasn't working. And so, gotta have that fixed. Okay, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I'm gonna move the camera. This is probably not very smart, but this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, here we go. You see that? It is starting to boil. See how much liquid is in there? All right. Now I'm gonna put this back and hopefully I didn't mess things up too much. Okay. I think that's right. I hope that's right. All right, so it's starting to come to a boil. I'm gonna keep stirring and I want it to keep boiling as I'm stirring it. Usually when you stir something, it doesn't boil and then it'll come back. We want to keep stirring so we know that it's actually a rolling boil. All right, it's doing it. And we're gonna, when it comes to that, we're gonna let it do this type of boil for 1 minute. I don't know if you can hear it. So, and I can see that it's starting to foam a little bit. It has the bubbles on there. And what we want to do when we're finished, make sure that we skim that off. And hopefully I don't have a lot since I added the butter. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in 5 cups of sugar. And we're just going to dump that in there. And we're going to stir this. And once again, we're going to keep stirring and we're going to bring it back to a rolling boil. And then once that happens, we're going to do that for 1 minute, and then we'll remove it from the heat and start filling our jars. but we want to make sure that this sugar is completely dissolved. I know that sounds like a lot of sugar, and it is. There's other ways you can make it with less sugar, but I mean, this is just like blueberry jam. I don't know if I want to change it. It looks really good. It smells really good. You know, I don't really care for blueberries by themselves. You want to add that sugar. The pectin is what thickens it and helps it to set up as jelly. This is also how you make the jalapeno jelly. I have I'll put a link up there, but you do the same thing. You keep stirring and you bring it to a rolling boil, and you keep stirring until it doesn't stop the boil from happening. So the amount of blueberries that I had was 2 16-ounce containers that I got from the grocery store. So that's 32 ounces. And it doesn't sound like a lot, you know, like 4.5 cups, but once you boil this down and you add the sugar, it ends up being a lot more. And I always keep extra jars cleaned and ready just in case it's more than what I thought it was going to be. Okay, it's still boiling as I stir it, so I'm gonna let this boil for 1 more minute, and then we're gonna remove it from the heat. You know what, my brother's a really good guy. He helps me with all of this. I really couldn't do any of this without him. I gave him a hard time, but we're brother and sister, so he knows. All right, so it's boiled for 1 minute, and it's getting hot to stir it. So I'm gonna turn this off and make sure nothing drips so I can put this over in the sink without burning myself. Okay, put these bowls over here. All right, I'm gonna bring my jars over here to this towel. And these come from a canning set. And you don't want to touch anything because it is so hot. With a water canner, you want to make sure that once you have whatever you're canning in the jars and you have the lids and the bands on it, you want to make sure that the water covers the jars. If you were pressure canning, you wouldn't want them to be covered, but with the water bath you do. So let me come over here. Let me get my funnel. Let me clean my funnel. Okay. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have the funnel, and I've got a ladle, and I'm going to take this wonderful blueberry mixture and put it into the jars. You want to leave about a 1/4 inch headspace. And I did not have any foam because I added the butter, so I don't have to skim anything, which is wonderful. All right. This has also been cleaned. I'm going to take the funnel off, and then I'm going to use this. Let me move it so you can see, to make sure that there's no bubbles in there. We want it to go all the way down. We don't want any bubbles in there. All right. before we actually can these, we're going to wipe the rims of the jars off so that we know our lids are going to seal correctly. All right. And if you have countertops that will stain, make sure that you put a towel under it because blueberry stains. And I'm messy. I'm messy. I don't mean to be, but I always have something that spills or drips or something, so that's how I know blueberry stains. A little more in here. I've made it easy for you to edit. Why are you being quiet? You edit it. You know what to cut out. So I've been here like this. When I was being quiet. So there's a lot to edit. All right. I do have.
What you making?
I'm making blueberry jam. And I'm making a mess.
Shocker.
See, I told them already that I make a mess. I drip, and that's how come I told them that. That's how I know that blueberry stains. So I'm gonna wipe it off my white quartz countertop. All right.
We'll have to clean.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to wipe the rims, put on the lids, and put them in the canner. Because these jars are so hot, this comes with your canning kit here. So it holds it for you. I just want to make sure we get it all. If it is on the rim, it's not going to seal, and you've wasted your time or you have to redo it again. Okay, so I've already warmed up these lids. They're not hot anymore, and I'm not touching where it seals. I don't want it to be germy. I told them how you say I start out and then I'm going, so I've been trying to be, yeah, that's what it said. Huh? What's for dinner? We're gonna have fried chicken sandwiches. Is that okay? I mean, I don't want to be healthy or anything and have like a grilled or anything. So, you can cut this part out. We've got them all sealed, but you know. We got the lids and the bands on. And actually, I'm gonna use my rack. I've already boiled it once. So I'm putting this in, and that also, when you're putting these in, they're going to be in here for 10 minutes after it comes to a boil.
At what boil?
I've already said it like 14 times incorrectly, okay? When you edit it, you can laugh your head off. Rolling boil. Amen. I can't say that. He's gonna be laughing his head off when he goes to edit this.
I'm laughing right now.
He's laughing right now. All right. All right, so what I'm gonna do is move this back. So you can see here that we have this rack, so I'm going to gently put it in. And I say gently because your bottles or your jars will fall over. Okay. It's all in there. So I'm going to cover this. I'm going to bring it to a boil. And once it's brought to a boil, then you start counting your 10 minutes. So, nothing like watching a, what's it saying? A watch pot never boils. I'm not gonna look.
Is that watch pot or watch?
Watched. Well, if it wasn't, it is now. Okay. It's not boiling as high as we want it to, so we're just gonna keep waiting.
I mean, you could have turned it up already,
I did have it turned up.
but not enough.
Yeah, it was enough. I'd already had it boiling once. Oh yeah. As you can see, it's boiling, so we're gonna time this for 10 minutes. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, this has been boiling for 10 minutes. I'm gonna turn it off.
Don't wait for me.
I'm going to open this away from me. Just sit it right here. And I'm gonna wait a few minutes to let the boiling stop, and then I'll bring out the rack and show you the jars. I'm going to bring the rack up, and hopefully none of them will fall over. Okay. All right, I'm going to take some out, show you what it looks. Oh, it already popped. Did you hear that? That means it's sealing. I love that sound. Doesn't that look good? This looks so good.
It smells like you're putting a steak on a plate.
It's better than that. It's better.
That's what I think. I see canned jar.
It popped again. Love that. And then our last jar. All right. And that is how you make blueberry jam. You wait for these to seal. There'll be an indentation in the middle of the lid, and wait for them to cool off. Then you take the band off to make sure it's really sealed. Don't leave these bands on, because it may not be sealed. You put it away, and then there's trouble. You can do 3, 2, 1. Thanks for joining us today at the Kindred Way. Gary and I are glad that you stopped by. Thank you.